Hello guys, Spons here, and today I want to present to you my Stormweaver Archmage mana int stacking spark build. This build damage is super crazy. It can kill anything in the game, clear any content right now, any high modded tier 16 Waystone, right? Any pinnacle boss level 4, and moreover this build can clear solo simulacrum level 4, which I think is most challenging content in the game right now. The damage on this build is crazy. It's 200,000 tooltip just standing, and when you're clearing it goes way higher. It goes up to like 300,000 and even more. And if you want to chase numbers, you can go even higher with it. It's just no need to be honest. It was strong with like 100,000 already, and it cleared everything with way less damage. So let's go through the build fast and some build variations, what you can do with it. I want to just say one disclaimer. This build is not it's very, like, my setup right now, it's very expensive, right? But it's achievable to everyone. These pieces are way overkill, right? And you can go with like way cheaper items. So on every piece we wanna stack int and max mana, right? One like this is not that expensive. I bought this one for 13 divines. It's pretty expensive, 13. You can go for lower cast speed, which is like most expensive stat on the market. And with lower cast speed, maybe lower mana roll, you can get this like for a few divines. So it's alright. And helmet is also pretty cheap, to be honest. For some reason in Path of Exile 2 only helmets drops in my experience, and trade is full of helmets. So you can buy helmets for like 1-2 divine, very good piece. So you should go for it, right? And harder piece to get are good gloves and good boots. Those are rare. I'm not sure why. As I said, my pieces are not that great, to be honest. But they were quite expensive, to my surprise, right? So if you go for like int roll and 1 resist on this, you can get them cheap. But double resist and int mana is very expensive piece, right? But you can go cheaper for sure. Chess piece is like 15 divines, something like that. But you can go with the rare chess piece. There's 2 variations for it. You can play spirit chess piece, which is very expensive and not recommended by me. There is lightning conduit cast on shock setup, right? That people know about. That's very strong, but it has a big downside, which I'm gonna tell about you a bit later. So I would just recommend to go with the rare chess piece with a big flat energy shield on it. And right now they are like going out of meta, so they are pretty cheap, like a few divines, I think so. Shield is, you should go for the focus. I have this way overpriced shield, and I can show you that focus even go way higher with damage. So it's not like that piece like needed at all. It just provides a bit more defense, to be honest, and I am like I don't want to die, so I try to go as tanky as possible. And this build, let me say, is pretty unkillable, especially with this broken flask, which is very expensive, but you don't need it also, since build have close to 2000 mana again, which is like our life. So you can imagine, for example, you run a bit cheaper version with like 6,000-7,000 mana, and you have 2,000 mana regen. So you regenerate your full life pool in like 3-4 seconds. So how does it feel when you stand on the burning ground? Like when I was playing like 10 days ago, like basically at the 1 week into PoE 2 start, I was like burning and trying to avoid it because it dealt a lot of damage. It felt like a broken modifier on the map, right? And I was trying to avoid it. But right now you can stand on any dot and you don't take any damage. You can see my spark cost is ridiculous. It's very high. It's like 500 because it's like high level. And if you go like with the focus, spark goes to level 28, and it's not even like corrupted, right? And my amulet is +2, my vant is +4, not +5, not +3. You can go in higher, and mana cost is gonna be like 600 probably. And you can still out-sustain that high mana cost with this mana regen. This mana regen is like one of your defensive layers. You are like regenerating everything, right? Also, there is like a good gem which gives you recover 2 mana on kill. I run one of this. You can run 2. I think 2 is overkill. And when you're killing mobs, you are basically unkillable. You are like your downside is single target, like a boss, but since your damage is so high, you kill that boss so fast that you don't face challenge on that boss, right? So let's go through some build variation. This is my latest update. I wanted to do a video before. My chat was asking for it. I was just like being in the mood that I didn't want to put showcase with not finished build. I was just feeling like every day that my build is like lacking something. But now I said, let's go, let's just do it. And this is like like latest version. It's attribute stacking. I have 650 mana. I went 850. Yesterday tested a lot, and sometimes less is a bit better, so you don't have like a chase numbers. Yeah, so that's that. And the tree is looking like this. Basically, you just travel around the tree and skipping a lot of big notables, because I think tree is like pretty weak on notables, and gems are pretty strong. Like the broken part of the tree are the gems, and so many slots of it. I run 13 or 14 gems, so my tree is ridiculous, and it goes like around picking all the gems. So few main points are obviously Eldritch Battery and Mind Over Matter. So our HP pool is our mana. We have 9000, which is pretty tanky. Also on top of that, we have rest capped. We are rest capped, and we have like a small bonus with like this shield. But you can run, as I told, you can run focus without block, but you can run rare block setup and just go for the block notables, right? Which should you do if you wanna level this build from scratch, right? I'm gonna also go through that. And right now we run like this setup, which is pretty common right now. Not only Stormweavers go here. It's known that this passive is bugged, and it gives you 20% cast speed or being on low life with the Chaos Inoculation, which shouldn't work, but it works. So that's why I've seen Infernalists go here, like Stormweavers, any basically casters that need cast speed go here with like a time lost gem in it. Then right now my tree is like a bit different. I usually unspec some lightning penetration because you don't need that much. But since I run Simulacrum and it's really hard on like extra resistances, I go lightning penetration. You can also unspec here and go for like more cast speed. If you like have a low cast speed items, right, which gonna be cheaper, and you can go like here, take this notable and some cast speed here. You can see I have it with the like second setup weapon just to cast my buffs faster, right? Then pretty much the main thing about the build are gems. 2 days ago I was running without Adorned setup because Adorned Jewel is very expensive, and I was running rare gems, right? And now I run magic rarity. So those are my rare gems. What you wanna go? You wanna go with the implicit of intelligence, right? And at least 2 good mods. Those gems are pretty cheap, to be honest. They go like up to 1 divine. So they are not that hard to get. What is hard to get is a 4 free started gem, and it's gonna be pretty expensive, and you're gonna pay too much. Believe you me, like these are my gems, and I didn't go for something crazy expensive. I am like as a player, I'm not a currency making demon, guys. I am casual guy with like being broke every day with like 1 or 2 divines and trying to farm my gear piece, and it's just when you know like the way to farm like this belt, which is like basically build enabler, then you like snowball. When you reach like 1 level of power, like 1 level of like character power, your income exponentially grows, right? So what I did, I just tried to farm invitation to ritual, right? It was at that time when I was farming, it was maybe 3 divines, 4. Now it's a bit more expensive, it's 5, but it's still doable, believe you me. And then I went to ritual and took these 4 nodes. So I killed ritual boss 2 times only. And then I got this node, which gives you audience with the king invitation chance increased, right? And I was farming the belt. So I didn't buy the belt, which is like expensive. I just farmed it and dropped it for 4th time, like killing the boss. Which is what is good is that this belt is pretty common. It's not like a super rare drop compared to this flask. This flask is like from Simulacrum, very rare and very expensive, which you also don't need, guys, believe you me. This flask is just, at this moment, is just a meme. Me being almost unkillable and using this flask, I can showcase you. Actually, this flask is so broken that it makes my life like being 9,000 times 6 times 7, because the flask has 7 charges at max, and you can basically like spam it to heal yourself, because it instantly restores your life. So it's ridiculous, guys. It's super broken. But without this flask, you are already, guys, trust me, you are like very tanky, being a caster. So back to the point. Let's show you some like gameplay, right? Some clearing showcase. As I told you, like you clear everything with like a lower gear already, killing everything. So this is like my yesterday probably kill. It's tier 4 like a breach mob boss, and you see damage is ridiculous. It's like pretty fast. And there is like a main reason that I went with only Spark setup, because there's few setups where you can boost your single target like way higher, but I think this build is just very good without any like lightning conduit setups in it. I'm gonna show you why. So this is the damage, right? The boss is going, you see the like damage you do. Oh, sorry about that. It's like my Twitch alerts are popping. By the way, I'm just a streamer. I am not a YouTuber, so this is like my first video, guys, and don't be very judgmental on me. I'm not gonna like post a lot of like information just where you gonna like when you can pick up like this build. You can always come to my Twitch and ask me. I'm gonna be live always after this video especially, and I'm gonna just show you the trees that you can spec into going through the build. You can pause the video obviously and watch them, and later you can just ask me anything on the stream, right? So this is the breach boss, right? This is arbiter, like pinnacle boss. It's probably level 3 or 4, I don't remember, to be honest, guys. Yeah, let's see the damage. The damage is crazy. It's like, you know, it's a bit funny that people are like showcasing like damage on the build, where it's like already too powerful for the content. But in my case, I just, guys, I am not a YouTuber, so I should maybe make video 2 weeks earlier, week earlier, but here we are now, right? So this is the cheaper version of the build. This is 9 days ago, guys. 9 days ago. You see I am full rare setup. And the main build enabler is Everlasting Amulet, which are pretty, like every mage should be familiar with this, right? And you can see I have 7,000 almost shield, and I have like 5,500 mana. And this build had 40,000 tooltip damage. So already this build was very strong and clearing almost everything with these guys. And when you run, when you put some buffs, it's like 60k, something like that. So it was already powerful with cheap items. Just a rare belt, boots without full resistances, which are really cheap, guys. I only had probably very good focus, because I think it's, as I see, this is focus like same focus as this. But since I created build myself, I had the like opportunity to buy items cheap way earlier than people knew that they are strong. That's why probably I snowballed a bit faster than you can, but it's still achievable. And basically my rings are just resistances, right? Nothing special. Plus 4 one. This one is actually very funny, because this is one that I bought day 2. After I finished campaign for like 3 exalts, guys. It was plus 4 with like mana and just intelligence cast speed. Nothing special, guys. Like obviously then later it went several divines in price, but I bought it for a few exalts. And this is like the rare chest piece that I was saying. It's just a flat energy shield without anything, right? This is next day, guys. Like maybe two days later. My DPS went 70,000, and with the buffs it's 100,000. It's like, at this point it clears everything, right? And this is set up where I farmed my belt myself with the with ritual invitations. And you can see like the build enabler is like the second step after this tree and being full rare cheap items. Is this belt and breach rings. Breach rings are crazy broken, guys. This game, they are different in Path of Exile 1, so I was surprised when I found out that they worked differently, and they way stronger. So just basic what you wanna on the ring. You want a mana regeneration. I'm gonna show you. Look, my mana regen like crazy, right? I'm like unkillable, and without ring, look how much it goes. Obviously the belt is the key here. Without a belt and without ring, it's like nothing. Without 2 rings, right? I mean, it's still decent to be honest, but yeah. You can see 1 ring gives me 800 and this ring gives 900. It's crazy. So these 3 pieces are enabling the build. Amulet, when you swap to attribute stacking, you swap your amulet to rare. You don't need the everlasting amulet. And this amulet is, to be honest, very cheap. That I have. It's like I should upgrade it with the gear that I have. I have like way more expensive pieces. This amulet has no flat mana, which is like most expensive stat. So that's why it's cheap. It's cheap, right? And for also Anointed Amulet, we go for Insightfulness. There is maybe few options, but Insightfulness here just felt like I tried a lot. Trust me, I like tested. Each day I theory craft something and I tested a lot, and this felt the best. Yeah, let's not make this video hour long and keep you like interested in the build, and let's just go through the links. So I ran Orb of Storms, I ran Flame Wall, and Mana Tempest. Mana Tempest is a bit tricky. It kills you when you cast here, because the longer you cast, the more mana cost you have on your skills, right? And it drains your mana. But how I do, I just run the map and tap my spark, right? Tap my spark. Put Orb of Storms, tap my spark. If I need a bit more damage, if there's a boss, rares are dying instantly, I put Sigil of Power, right? Orb of Storms and kill the boss. And you saw the damage, like 300k with this setup, right? So, Mana Tempest, I just got used to it, right? You got used to running and kiting mobs, and you put Mana Tempest and just go away from it. And that gives you 15% damage. And also, if Mana Tempest has quality on it, 20 quality, the moment you leave the cloud, you still have a buff for a second. So it's just like a small buff to your damage. Orb of Storm links are pretty simple, nothing crazy, I can just hover over them. Conduction is not mandatory, so you can go 4 links, right? And 4 links is very cheap, you can go 3 links and corrupt 4 link for like, this is cost nothing to do it. Then I had Cast and Shock, I am disabled. I was telling you that I'm gonna speak about it, let's talk about it after this. Spark are pretty standard, guys. It's like there is known recipe for it, right? It's just Arcane Tempo, Acceleration, Persistence, and Inspiration. Inspiration are only need when your spark goes like 24 higher level. When you don't have yet +2 like amulet, you will have everlasting amulet, so it's not +2, right? If your focus is not +2 and maybe 1 +3, right? Then you can play without inspiration. But when you go higher levels, 26, 28, sorry about like alert. Yeah. Your mana cost is not that high, right? The only one last link is this link. I run now Considerate Casting. You can run, there's few options. There's like Elemental Tempest, which is very good. You can also run something like Controlled Distraction is very good because we don't run crit. So Controlled Distraction is also pretty powerful, right? So this is very optional. I run Consider Casting because it gives you more damage. It reduce your cast speed, but at this point I have just a lot of cast speed, so I can afford this, right? So yeah, this is the links. And yeah, basically how to level this build, right, is you just go Spark with Flame Wall and that's it. You can buy like, since if you level new character, you can buy some items that gonna help you to level, right? Spark in campaign is not that great, guys. I can suggest you, I don't have like a leveling guide, but if you need one, you can go like watch probably like a Captain Lance, he have, I think so, good leveling guide. Maybe like just YouTube video. It's pretty simple, guys. There's like nothing special. I'm pretty sure you can find maybe a faster way, but I would just do with Spark Flame Wall. It's not very great damage in campaign, but it's alright to do, right? And then you go for this tree, and this setup. You go with the shield setup, and then later when you farm like big items, you can go to a full mana setup, right? To an Eldritch Battery. Let's go for the like a tech that appeared like a week ago, a bit maybe 10 days ago, the Conduit Storm, Conduit Lightning tech. I probably have maybe like a showcase. So Lightning Conduit is like very strong. It's one-shotting everything. Like it's very satisfying. You map and you just go and one-shot every rare mob. It's very good, right? It's very strong. but it has a big downside, guys. When you cast Lightning Conduit, you're gonna, on the boss, you're gonna notice that you're killing yourself by spending too much mana. So I was like theory crafting for 3 days almost. Why does do it like that? What's happening, right? So there's like few interactions that does that, and basically what I learned is that it's probably not worth to run. You can add Lightning Conduit at like a cheaper version of the build when you need just a bit more damage for like a single target clear, right? But then when you go like a high number of mana and high intelligence number, you don't need it, and it's gonna feel way better without it. Trust me. Maybe I'm gonna also test it later more. I tested like for 3 days, and I went with the like different tree for it with the mana reduction cost to not kill myself on the bosses, but it's still hard to maintain because your Lightning Conduit level is like 28, 26, and it's just too much mana. And if your Spark shocks too much times at one, at the boss, you pay like 1000 mana once, twice, 3 times, and you just kill yourself by shocking the boss. Obviously, you one-shot the boss, but it's still, I didn't like that, like the fact that you are racing with the time. If you kill the boss first, or he shots you one projectile and you die. That's why I swapped for like a attribute stacking setup. And you can see here I run like a fully juiced, probably level 17 map here, not 18 but 17, with the Delirium, and it just melts everything. And tooltip is 70,000 here, not the numbers that I have right now. It's way less powerful, but it still like clears all the content. And you can see here, we can actually see probably. Look, my mana just went 0, and here I didn't got hit by boss at all. Like at this moment, look, nothing is hitting me. Like literally nothing. Look, and my mana just went. Why that happened? Your Spark shocks few times, and if you don't have enough shock magnitude, right, which is like important stat, you don't one-shot boss, you deal crazy damage, but you just die almost pretty much by yourself. If you do this setup properly, you're gonna kill boss faster. Like you're gonna one-shot it. Probably I tested yesterday with Lightning Conduit. With this setup, I hit boss like for 20 million almost. The pinnacle boss, Arbiter, how it called. So it's like very, very like fun and very powerful. But I think setup without it is just like a legit build with legit defenses, very good recovery, with like a 2000 mana regen. Right now even I have some block, which you can also do with the block, right? You would have like a little bit less damage, but your character is way tankier, right? So that's it. And guys, since this is my like first video on the build, I hope you are interested in it. And if you have any questions and you want me to do like a proper leveling tree guide, I can just show you on my stream. Maybe I'm gonna later do like a leveling guide or something, but I hopefully I covered everything that I wanted here. And the main thing here is that it's expensive, very expensive build, but you can go way cheaper, and it's really achievable to farm, like with like some information which I can provide you on my stream at Twitch TV, right? And basically this is the build. I made this video just because I don't think that I seen this variation anywhere, and the funny thing that it's just a start, to be honest. This number probably can go even higher, like 500,000 maybe, like now it goes like almost 400, like with the focus in it, and if you want to chase the numbers, it goes like crazy, right? So I don't want to like do that, but I'm gonna test like few different setups, and we'll see how it goes, right? We'll see what we can reach. Today I'm gonna farm simulacrums level 4, which is, as I said before, it's hardest content in the game right now. So you can check me out how I do this. Okay, guys. Didn't want this video to be that long, but yeah, noob YouTuber, so sorry about that. I'm gonna put timestamps so you can watch the video in a proper manner, right? Without like wasting a lot of time me just yapping about useless stuff. And yes, catch you guys at my Twitch TV if you wanna hop in, ask any questions. I'm gonna help with the build, and you can do it by your own, trust me. So see you later, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, peace.